Go ahead, Bill.
Could I go back to something vaguely related to what you were saying a little bit while ago about who we are bringing up in our own country who are going to be our leaders into the future? If I can explain this briefly, we're having a new governor in Massachusetts, and I thought, gee, I really want to be able to have some influence on that person. So I am working on the campaign for the next governor of Massachusetts, and I asking them basically one thing. I made a little button. I'm rich, I can afford to pay my taxes. And I'm trying to push the idea that why are we giving away corporate welfare, massive tax breaks to people like me and people a lot richer like me. I'm this rich. So anyway, basically I'm just working on, I don't know who's going to become mayor, governor, so I'm working for Steve and for Martha and for Charlie Baker. So I get to talk to them. Anyway, I was talking about this idea that it doesn't change my lifestyle at all if I pay my full taxes. And so this last week, I was out in Seattle, Vashon Island, just by Seattle, in an artful activist camp. So it gathered 60, maybe 100 people from largely that area, but basically looking on issues of activism. How do we put out our message? How do we talk to people who aren't us? How do we deal with ourselves? We talked a lot about race and ageism and sexual orientation or gender issues and stuff like this. But it's this beautiful camp where these people get together and work on, we're largely protesters. We spent a lot of time in the streets, and I even learned to climb the trees, which was really fun. I'm never going to do that. But so, wonderful time, lots of people get together. These people are going to be working in the future. And because I talked about that rich thing, the guy who organized this one week at a youth hostel said, Bill, can you help us? The owner of the youth hostel is selling. We can buy it for $1 million. Can you toss in $250,000? And I thought about what we were doing, beginning of the future. If they could have that place to do activist trainings. You're familiar with the Highland Center in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been talking to them, and they're going, oh yeah, this is what we want, the Highland Center on the West Coast version, whatever. And so I'm utterly convinced, I can actually do this. I can actually write any check for that much. It's not going to change my life. And I am just trying to figure out, how can I be effective in getting some other people to contribute this? And then just the general question or general idea, do you have any thoughts?
Well, one is, thank you for doing that. But two is, I like to think that good deeds are contagious. And that's, and there's some extremely wealthy people now who are now, I think I saw Sting is turning a big chunk of his money over to all kinds of good causes and leaving his kids comfortable, but not, extravagantly comfortable. I think people are kind of following, Bill Gates and other people. They're understanding that they can help make the world a better place by sharing some of their wealth. So I think that's a good thing. The other thing is, again, and I learned this. I'm coming to understand this way some people think with regard to these children on the border. It's as if we help them out, that means it's less for me.
Yeah.
And the deal is, some of us have enough. Some of us have too much, but even too much is not enough in the way we talk about things.